I've been looking forward to share with you an old concept that is redefined to answer the ever-present question: how can we address hunger in our communities? Hunger statistics is staggering. The headline on IndyStar on June 16, 2013 stated that there are 80,000 kids in Metro Indy who go to bed hungry. 42% of food-insecure people in central Indiana have incomes that make them ineligible for federal nutrition programs. This means that their only source of food assistance is through private, charitable sources. For the majority of people seeking food assistance, pantries are now a part of households' long-term strategies to supplement monthly shortfalls in food. There are many needs in our own backyard. We do not need to cross the oceans to be in a mission field. Although food pantries provide for the physical necessities, we realize that people need more help beyond the physical. They want relationship. This led us to the ongoing development of an amazing concept: incubating self-sustained food pantries. We have been inspired by the stories of how our food pantries have transformed the way people volunteer, contribute, and partner with us. For example, many of our food pantries receive donated bagels from coffee shops and non-perishable food from various retailers and partners. Companies and churches are allowing us to use their vehicles and other assets. A farmer in Pittsboro, Indiana, dedicated an acre of land to grow corn for the food pantries, and a seed company in Westfield, Indiana, provided the corn seed that was planted there. In Matthew 22, verses 35 to 40, it stated, "One of them, an expert of the law, tested him with this question: 'Teacher, which is the greatest commandment in the law?' Jesus replied, 'Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind. This is the first and greatest commandment. And the second is like it: love your neighbor as yourself. All the law and the prophets hang on these two commandments.'" Jesus said that if we do these two most important things in life, we could address all the issues of human beings, including hunger. Now, loving God and loving others are rooted in relationship. Our volunteers work hard to make everyone feel they belong and are accepted. As a result, many people want to be a part of something bigger than themselves. We found out that no matter how poor people are, they are willing to help. People are hungry for relationship. We found out that our food pantries are able to become self-sustained because people trust each other. It is a grassroots movement that is run by the community for the community. They provide for the physical and the spiritual needs of their neighborhoods. These food pantries are empowering the neighborhoods rather than making them dependent on certain organizations or groups of people. Let's step back in time. In the Old Testament, Joseph built storehouses in many different parts of Egypt in preparation of the coming hunger. He taught and empowered the local towns to be a part of building storehouses and in the gathering and distribution of food in their own towns. A Chinese proverb states, "Give a man a fish and you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish and you feed him for a lifetime." Similarly, at one occasion, I received a call from one of our self-sustained food pantries. A real estate company heard that they need non-perishable food. The company did a food drive and they collected more than 10,000 pounds of food for the pantry. FHL was not even there. We have redefined food distribution through incubating food pantries. It's an old concept that is still relevant in our culture. Through the partnerships with Midwest Food Bank and other organizations and individuals like you, FHL had planted and incubated 14 food pantries in Indiana. The most exciting thing is that the churches that have these food pantries are experiencing more people coming to Christ. The impressive result is food pantries that have more people reaching out for the available resources. Local neighborhood develops a sense of ownership. Volunteers and guests come together not just for food, but also for camaraderie and relationships. Further, this grassroots approach does not compete with other food pantries or regional food banks. They actually complement and assist them in gathering and in redistribution of resources that God had scattered around us. This innovative yet simple approach becomes a reproducing ministry that works. We believe that authentic relationship with God and with others can solve the hunger issues in central Indiana. At FHL Food Pantries, you will find people who work not only with their hands, but with their hearts also. We want our food pantries to become a place where food comes second only to relationship. This approach can create a legacy of transforming neighborhoods in central Indiana that will win over hunger by working together. Instead of losing ground, they will conquer the land with ever-increasing innovation and initiative to solve challenges together. I am so excited to share with you FHL's focus of incubating sustainable food pantries in central Indiana. They are in churches, community centers, schools, and business establishments. Similar to the Old Testament and following the teachings of Jesus, it is to build missional communities that work together not only to address the physical, but also the spiritual hunger. We believe that the answer to hunger is not food alone, but relationships also. And one more thing, we believe in creating a culture where the food pantries become channels of blessings, a network of relationships, and interdependent, self-sufficient communities. We would like to invite you to come along for an exciting journey together. You can be a part of this grassroots movement in addressing hunger, powered by authentic relationships.